ULI is about cities and communities and making them work effectively. The ULI sets out the vision, and Enterprise sets out its own version of how to make cities work and provide housing for all those that need it.
Enterprise has created thousands of housing units in our inner city. Housing is the key to making cities healthy, and housing of all kinds, especially the workforce housing, is the key.
Jim Rouse was a legend in our industry, both from the development side as well as from the philanthropy side, and he established Enterprise.
And it's called that for a reason. I think it's both the enterprise of the communities and the enterprise of the foundation itself coming together.
Jim saw the potential for hardworking Americans to be able to achieve their dream.
Jim Rouse's vision is that all low-income people in this country should have the opportunity for fit and affordable housing and to move up and out of poverty. It's as basic as that.
He said, Bart, anyone can be a Wall Street banker for the rich. I want you to be an investment banker for the poor.
So Bart Harvey had to follow a legend. It's not easy to follow a legend. And not only has he managed to expand Jim's legacy and build upon it, but he's also kept Jim's mission as he's continued forward.
Without Bart, Jim wouldn't have been able to have accomplished what he did.
Affordable housing no longer carries the stigma that is the house for the poor, that is to be shunned. In fact, affordable housing has now expanded its meaning to mean simply a home that one can afford, whether one is working poor, moderate income, or first-time home buyer.
What Bart Harvey has really achieved is really to bring affordable housing into modern times, so that the look of affordable housing today is actually that you can't find it.
There are a number of enterprise projects that are excellent in design. Perhaps even more important than that is their focus on the policies and funding sources, which are so important to enable projects to even occur.
I really do believe in this country that what you do to the least of us tells you a lot about what your society cares about.
And Bart Harvey, obviously, in his role at Enterprise, has been able to realize the dream and give it not just wings, but a scope which is really astounding.
Enterprise raised $9 billion of private resources. They found a way to put it into over 250,000 homes in this country, and to do it in a financially responsible way.
Those of us that know Bart would know how modest and humble he is. He never takes credit for anything he does, and he always gives tribute to the people that actually work in the communities.
Bart was a voice who was always out there thumping the table saying, do you all realize what's going on out there? He went out and educated people about the problem of poverty in the country.
Sandtown really epitomizes what Enterprise is all about, because it really gave people an opportunity to achieve a dream that they didn't think was possible for themselves and for their families.
I was able to purchase this home at 1213 Waco Street. So when I came to look at it, I said, this is what I want. So I've been here since September 1995. This is a wonderful place to live. And I just truly love Sandtown. I love Waco Street. And if you're not doing anything Saturday, we're having a block party.
We have seen in communities like Sandtown and many other communities where Enterprise did work that the home becomes the most fundamental shelter for our families, from which they can gain perspective, stability, comfort, joy, and dignity.
Bart Harvey was really at the forefront of getting the passage of the low-income housing tax credit as well as home funds, two sources of financing that we needed for production of affordable housing. And those have really been the two sources that we've had all along for the past 20 years.
A more recent example is the New Market Tax Credit, which provides employment and commercial real estate opportunities within low-income areas. Bart not only helped sell that on Capitol Hill, but also the institutions who would ultimately invest in it.
Enterprise Community Partners, through Bart's work, has really done a lot to help us create an opportunity where we in fact have the reality for people that most need it, people in inner cities, people that may never have felt they have the ability to have a green home based on their economic status, now have that ability.
We teamed up with the Natural Resource Defense Council, the U.S. Green Building Council, Global Green, and hammered out a whole number of very affordable steps that you could take around our Green Communities initiative.
We have invested $580 million. We have greened 12,500 units in every single location, every geography, every housing type, every community.
I know Bart Harvey, and he is a very modest and wonderful human being. He believes in his mission to the core, and he cares about the people that Enterprise serves.
Bart, in his own right, changed the landscape for community development. He brought discipline, he brought vision and passion to community development.
My greatest joy over the last 24 years has been to see a family that never thought they could afford a house go into that house and feel that they were finally part of our society, of that community. There was permanence to their existence, and there was a future for their kids.